Gross. It's kind of a little stressful.
Oh yeah, it feels so wrong. All right, today we're doing something a little bit different and we're actually gonna be testing out some wet dry vacuums.
Whoa.
I know this is a little bit outside of our normal content, but this is something I literally use every single day, and I am all about ways of trying to keep my house clean in less time, and you know, I love efficiency, so.
Well, what she's really saying is our kids are about to get out of school for the summer and we're gonna have a lot more messes to clean up, so we're trying to find some solutions to tackle the extra mess.
They're gonna have messes to clean up because they do chores, but now when I give them vacuuming as a chore, they don't realize they're vacuuming and they're mopping. It's great. I personally switched to using these wet dry vacs quite a while ago because if you've ever used a regular mop, to me, it just feels like you're spreading your mess around. And I know like you're supposed to go wash your mop out and put it in fresh water, but still, like, it doesn't really feel like it's getting it very clean. So I feel like my floors have been so much cleaner since switching, and I'm really excited to test out these two newer models. Dreamy is the sponsor of today's video, and we'll be comparing their G10 Pro to Tineco's iFloor 5. We're gonna create some pretty ridiculous messes and run these things through side by side at the same time and see how they compare.
The battle is on.
Battle is on. All right, let's jump right into talking about the different specs. And to start out, they are both priced pretty much exactly the same, coming in at right under $300 US. The G10 Pro has a clean water capacity of 900 milliliters, while the Tineco has a capacity of 800 milliliters, so not a huge difference, but the G10 has a little bit more. The dirty water capacity for the G10 Pro is 700 milliliters, while the Tineco has a capacity of 720, so I would say the dirty water capacity is pretty much the same. Either way, I will say both of them have a pretty great capacity. My older model does not have as much, and it is a pretty big inconvenience when you're wanting to clean and you have to keep emptying your dirty water and refilling your clean water. All right, the most important spec for a vacuum cleaner, in my opinion, is its suction power, and this is where we start to see a pretty big difference because the G10 Pro has a suction power of 16 kilopascals, while the Tineco model has a suction power of 6 kilopascals.
What?
So that's a pretty huge difference, like almost triple.
That's a lot more horsepower on this bad boy right here, huh?
But I want to see if that actually translates to better cleaning, so we're about to make some messes and test these things out.
Test number one, let's do it.
All right, here we are, making a mess with our kids at school. Ooh, okay, we're going big time here. Oh, it smells so good. This is probably gonna look disgusting though. We need something that we can see. All right, there we go. We're going for mega.
Gross.
We're gonna go a single pass through with both of them. I'm going at the same time so I can make sure I'm going at the same speed and one of them's not getting a little bit of extra time, and let's see.
Side one and side two. Look at that.
All right, that was a little bit surprising to me. I didn't think it would be that big of a difference, but the G10 Pro here does have a much higher suction power, like I mentioned, and it definitely shows. All right, the mess is kind of stressing me out, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the G10 Pro here to clean the rest of it up, and then we'll make another mess probably.
Crazy.
All right, so something that my older vacuum was actually really bad at that did bother me is it did not have an edge-to-edge cleaning feature, which means when I went alongside our baseboards or the cabinets, it left whatever crumbs and stuff was right along the edge, and I have to come back with a broom, and it was like, what's the point of vacuuming at that point? So the G10 Pro has edge-to-edge cleaning on both sides, so whichever way you're going, while the Tineco has it on one of the sides. So let's test this out. Let's see if it can really do it. Our kids, when they see this, they're gonna be like, Mom, seriously? We're just gonna go all the way down. I'm kind of getting it on the cabinets too, so.
You're really going for this, huh? Going all in.
I am going all in. What? Okay. I'm impressed. You're getting real-time reactions here. We're testing it out both ways here. Look at that.
Wow.
That's insane.
Impressive.
Okay. All right, now time to test it on the Tineco. See how it holds up.
It's kind of a little stressful watching you unload all that flour. I mean, we could be making a batch of cookies out of this, babe.
But seriously, like one of our kids, I won't say who, likes to cook, which is really awesome, except for we actually end up with messes that are not too far
Just
off of
like
this.
that. No way.
I'll go back and forth, All right, we have a clear winner here on both sides, which again, I'm surprised, but I'm really excited to use this in our whole house now. Now we gotta finish cleaning up this mess though.
From the other vacuum stripper.
Look at that.
Look at that.
You're looking at it.
Good job, buddy.
All right, it's time for the last test, and we're just going all in at this point. I don't know if either vacuum can handle this, but we're gonna try it. We're going with peanut butter and honey because we've got a kid that loves PB&H, and I'm pretty sure we've had this on our floor before, so we're about to find out. Can either one of these handle this?
This is like the boss level test. Peanut butter and honey on the ground with the vacuum.
I might be scrubbing it up with rags later. I'm not really sure.
We'll see.
Oh gosh, I'm really doing this. Feels so wrong.
But it happens. I mean, we have seen this on the ground. Comment below. Have you seen something like this on the ground? This one definitely has more. This one definitely has less. Almost got in one pass.
Okay.
Could you imagine peanut butter and honey in one pass? Alright, there's definitely still some residue. You can see it right here. With pass number 2, gosh, it almost got it. Just a little honey left. 2 passes, I mean, that's still a bunch of goop.
All right, I think we have a clear winner here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning this up because it's stressing me out a little bit having peanut butter on my floor, so. That is pretty nuts.
Peanut butter and honey.
That was a lot of peanut butter and honey too. That was even more than our kids would spill. All right, after cleaning up several really nasty messes, there is definitely a clear winner, but if you needed any more convincing, let's talk about a few more specs and see how they compare. First, let's look at runtime. They actually both have a battery life of 35 minutes, which should be more than enough time to clean a really large space. They both have LED screens and a one-press self-cleaning button, but the G10 Pro also has dual rotation self-cleaning, so it's gonna get an even more thorough self-clean. Now let's compare cleaning modes. The G10 Pro has 4 cleaning modes: standard, quiet, turbo, and suction, whereas the Tineco only has 2, eco and max. All right, we have one more model to look at. This is the G10 Combo Vacuum. If you're wanting a wet dry vacuum that also functions as a full-size stick vacuum, this would be the model that you want because it is basically a 3-in-1. You've got like the mop, the vacuum mop, and a stick vac. So I thought this was really cool because you pull this top section off, attach it on here, and then look at this. You got a stick vac.
Look at that guy.
It still has the insanely strong suction power. It does the single edge cleaning. It's obviously still cordless, and it has a large capacity clean and dirty water tank as well. Now, if you're looking for an even more budget-friendly option, the G10 series actually has one more model, and that's the G10. I'll link all 3 models in the description below. And just so you know, the Dreamy G10 and G10 Combo will be officially launching in May. So if you're interested, be sure to check those out.